Hey guys, I'm Coach Spangler, and I'm here to talk to you guys about the AP Economics class that you will be taking next year. This will include both micro and macro. Really quick, let's just talk about micro first, because this is the first section that we do. We will do this term one and term two, and we should be done with this by the end of by the end of the break and going into winter break. Microeconomics is basically an introductory college level course, as I stated. Basically, you guys will be cultivated into your understanding of the principles that apply to the functions of individual economic decision makers by using principles and models to describe economic situations and predict and explain outcomes with graphs, charts, and data as they explore concepts like scarcity, markets, cost, benefits, and marginal analysis, production choices, behavior, market efficiency, and public policy. Got it all done. Okay. Really, what we're going to start looking at, we'll look at different types of economies. We'll look at monopolies, oligopolies. We'll look at the basic principles of economics and different things like that. And it's really an interesting class. A lot of people enjoy the micro because this is your meat and bones. This is basically getting down to the nitty gritty. We'll talk about basic economic concepts in Unit 1. Unit 2 is supply and demand, which you have to know supply and demand, guys. This is going to be the basis for all of your graphs, all your charts, different things like that. We'll look at production, cost, and the perfect competition model, PPCs, all kinds of stuff like that. We'll look at imperfect competition, factor markets, and then ultimately at the very end, we'll look at the market failure and the role of government, which I think is really interesting also, Unit 6. Some of these units will go quicker than others. Others of them will take a little bit longer, but again, this is how it's broken down into the 6 different units that we'll study. This is a little different than it was 2 years ago. They've done a redesign on this, so we're good to go for a couple of years, hopefully, that we've got the redesign and we'll do really well with that. And I think you guys will enjoy micro. Now, some of the skills that we're going to do is that you're going to be practicing on and that you're going to work on throughout the year. And you're going to see this both the same in micro and macro. You're going to look at principle and models, define economic principles and models. This is basically where you're going to be identifying concepts, principles. You're going to be able to do definitions, different things like that. Look at interpretation. This is where it starts to open up that you guys are going to start explaining how specific economic outcomes occurs or what actions should be taken in order to achieve specific outcomes in the economy. We'll start looking at your third skill, which these are getting higher and higher in level on there, manipulation. You're going to look at determine outcomes of specific economic situations. So you're going to look at different models on this. You're going to look at how one thing affects the other within your markets and different things like that. And it's really cool. And it's really good that you'll be able to see hands-on how we can change the markets and different things like that, or just different economic situations. And then ultimately you have to be working with graphing and visuals. We're going to do a lot of work in the classroom using whiteboards and getting together with each other in groups and stuff like that, so that you can, learn how to draw accurately labeled graphs or visual representations and different things, because you are going to need to know how to do that for the AP exam, because you're going to see that in your FRQs. Okay. So now let's just jump into macro. I know I talked a little bit about it. Macro, again, another college level course here. You're going to cultivate understanding of the principles that apply to an economic system as a whole by using principles and models to describe economic situations and predict and explain outcomes with graphs, charts, and data as they explore concepts like economic measurements, markets, macroeconomic models, and macroeconomic policies. Okay, I know that, again, that's a big mouthful on there. We're going to look at unemployment rates. We're going to look at different things that are really, we're going to look at a lot of the different things that we're going to look at is going to be very helpful to you. And I think that macro can be easier seen in the markets and everything that we're looking at, especially because of COVID this past year. We definitely do see a lot of that happening, especially as I stated before, with your unemployment rates and different things like that. And so I think this is really interesting because we're going to look at the basic economic concepts as we did with Unit 1 in micro. So we may not spend much time on this one because it's a review of what you had before. Economic indicators and business cycles, really, really interesting. National income price determination. These are really cool. And this we're going to start seeing with trade and different things like that. You'll see financial sector, long run consequences of stabilization policies. We're going to see why does this happen, or what can we do to change things? We're going to start looking at overheated, markets. You're going to look at markets that are in recessions, different things like that. Really interesting. And then Last one is open economy, international trade and finance, which is really interesting also, considering that we're here in Korea and we do a lot of international trade on there. I think this is a really good, I think most students, they either like one or the others. A lot of students like them both, but I think that sometimes if you understand micro really well, it's a little harder for macro, vice versa. It's maybe a little harder in micro, but macro is really easy for you there. Again, same skill base that you're going to look at. Now, let's look at one of the things really quick, and we'll talk a little bit more here in a second about what I expect from you for the class. This is right now the Google code that I'm giving you. This is your AP class code for the summer. I'm going to give you a summer assignment, nothing big. Don't worry about it. You don't have to really get too frustrated about it. Also, I'm going to have a different thing. I'm going to have your reading packets in there, some different things like that I want you to be able to do this summer. Again, I'll post all kinds of different information in there, so make sure you look at it. We will be using Krugman's Economics for the AP course, 3rd edition. Guys, I know there's been some questions. Oh, can I get by with the 2nd edition? Maybe. I know it's an expensive book, but hey, there was 58 books bought this last year, so you should be able to get one used from one of the students from last year. Since we had the redesign, they've redesigned the whole thing, so you really need to be looking at this book on there. I put a link over here to it's going to be actually to Amazon, but it gives you the ISBN and all the other stuff like that. And I know some people are ordering them through Book Depository, different things like that. I do highly suggest, and I really want you to read modules 1, 3, and 4 in the book this summer and take notes on that, because these are things that are going to help you with basic economic concepts. The next thing that we're going to look at is Who Are You assignment. It's basically going to be giving me information of who you are. Basically, what are your goals? And then you're going to provide a current picture of yourself so that I get to know you. I haven't had all of you guys in class, over the past year or so. Some of you, I had you in World History 1 or other classes, so I do already know who you are, but please go ahead and do that. And take this assignment kind of seriously, because this helps me to get information about you and that I know who you are going into it. Summer reading, these are things that I'm suggesting to you. These are books that I'm actually going to read this summer myself. Naked Economics is one book that's really good. It gets you really, really good information, and it gets it down to a level that everybody can start understanding. It's not on a college level high level reading level. So I know I said level a lot, sorry, but make sure that you get that done or look at these. Undercover Economics is really good. Everything Economics book, this is a really good one. It's macro based, but a lot of the principles again are very similar to what you saw before. If you need help from me, guys, I'm in my room at which is 415. Yes, I know it's on the 4th floor. I'm the furthest away from everybody else, but guys, make appointments with me. Get up here during Phoenix time. Get up here during study hall. Be open to ask questions. A lot of the students that I talked to this year with the Phoenix Defense, they said, I wish I would have utilized this time a little bit more because they said, I did have questions. I knew that you were, approachable, but I just didn't take it upon myself to do that. You can email me at jspangler@daltonschool.kr. And these are, I'm easily reached. A lot of times if it's in the evening, I don't answer emails because I'm at home with my family. And I expect that, when you guys are at home, that you want to spend time with your family too. But I try to check it before I go to bed. If there's something I can help you with, I do that also. So kind of let me talk about what I expect from you this year, guys. This is a high, fast-paced class. There's a lot of note-taking in here. We will do group work, different things like that. In the classroom, we use whiteboards. We also will do, you are going to rely on your classmates. I know some people study a lot better by themselves, and I understand that. I'll be giving you lots of resources. We'll be doing Albert.io. We'll try and get the ACDC Econ resources again this year. And I know there's other outside resources such as Sunny Kim or other Hagwons, and I'm okay with that. But I will ask you to give me a chance first, okay? I guarantee if you come to class, you do what I ask of you, you use the resources I ask of you, I guarantee you a minimum of a 3 on the test. If you feel that it is necessary for you to go out and get outside help, I understand. I can't stop you on that, and I'm not going to force you to not do that. That's on you guys. But just know that I'm going to do everything I can to get you prepared for this test, Okay. With that, I hope that you guys have a good year. Next year, I hope you have a good summer. Please do the reading assignment that I'm asking you to do through the Krugman's book, the additional reading. Again, it's additional, but I suggest that you do it. Again, I'll be doing that also. And then at the end of the year, I want to share one thing. At the end of the year, you will be doing an Econ video assignment. I'm actually not going to show the video right now because I think we've gone long enough, but I will put this presentation or this slideshow inside the AP Classroom. So make sure that you go to the AP Classroom and check it out. All right. If you have any questions, please email me, jspangler@daltonschool.com or .cr. Thank you. Bye-bye.